Hey, Drew James here from LearnGuitarInLondon.com, and today I'm going to be showing you how to strengthen your pinky. In fact, it's actually going to be how to stretch and strengthen all fingers. But what you'll find is when you're making chords, especially bar chords, and in the beginning, you can find that your pinky just will not go to chords. It just won't go where you tell it. And the reason for that is not necessarily anything to do with a mental thing. It's to do with muscles and what your hands can achieve currently. And what I'm going to be showing you today is some very quick tips to exercises to strengthen your fingers and to help you stretch your fingers. Now, I can't take credit for all of these exercises. This is actually based loosely on Joe Satriani's warm-up technique. I've included a link now in video cards where you can watch that lesson. I just think though that he goes through it very, very quickly. So it's not always great, especially if you're still learning guitar, to be watching that. It's fine if you're at an intermediate level. But I'm going to be breaking down some of my favourite exercises from that video and showing them to you in a bit more detail. Right, first exercise. So this is just going to be called the basic spider, okay? Now the whole point in this is to get your fingers, all four fingers, working on the strings and to give them all an equal workout. So quite simply what we're going to do is we're going to start on the first fret on the thickest string, and with your index finger you're going to strike that, and then with your middle finger you're going to strike the second fret, your ring finger the third fret, and your pinky the fourth fret, okay? You're going to do the same on the next string down, same on the next, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then when you get to here, which is the fourth fret on the thinnest string, you're then going to go in reverse. Okay, so that's the very basic spider. Tips for making the most of the spider. What you're looking for is not speed. You're looking for clean sounding notes. So what is common is you'll get these sort of noises. Now that's bad tone. Tone is much more important as a guitarist than speed, especially when you're starting out, okay? So just because it may feel easy, if you're getting a really sort of rubbishy sounding tone and you're not getting the right sounds, then it's not going to be doing your guitar playing much good, aside from stretching the fingers a little bit. So that's the first thing. Start it slow and aim for a good sounding tone. I really can't stress that enough because I've taught this to students in the past and the tone always suffers even though they can play it quite quickly. So look for a good tone. Next thing, a good tip, if you can and if your fingers are strong enough, try to leave them held down. You see that I've left these all down in a line as I'm playing rather than going, because what that will do is that will encourage your fingers to be stretched as much as possible. Now this is a little more challenging when you're coming back down, but just try to keep each finger on its associated fret, okay? Next tip is this. Try to use the tips of your fingers at all times with the spider exercise. So that way you're leaving your fingers in this sort of perfect line idea and always on the tips, rather than going on the flats of your fingers, okay? So finger tips. Okay, so that is the basic spider. I recommend maybe doing that for sort of 3 to 5 minutes maximum. And what I'm going to tell you next is more stretch based. So we're going to take our spider and instead of starting it here on the first fret, we're going to start it on the 5th fret of the guitar. Now, there's a little disclaimer before we do this. If when you do this on the 5th fret, you still can't perform the exercise because your fingers can't stretch that far, then start it on the 7th fret because the frets are smaller and it will be easier for you to achieve it. Okay, so on the 5th fret here, we're going to do our basic spider as normal, but this is just going 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. But what I want you to do this time is we're going to do a stretch. So we're going to start here on the 5th fret and we're going to go index, middle, then index, middle, stretching from to 7. You see that? I'll try and show you on this camera here. Okay, next one. So there's the first. Then you're going to go middle as normal on 6, and then ring on 7, then middle, and then 8 with ring. All the while, if you can, leaving the middle finger held on 6. Okay, I'll do that again. And from the beginning it's... Next, 7th fret on the ring finger as normal. Pinky, stretch with pinky. Now you'll probably find that the most challenging. But what you will find is a little pull in your hand and a little burning sensation, which is your muscles growing and your muscles changing far more effectively than if you were just sort of doing songs from beginning to end. It depends on the song, obviously. But it's just a really, really good warm-up for getting the blood flow to your fingers and stretching your hands. So once you've done it with the thickest string, do the same on the next string down. So on and so forth. Now you've probably noticed this isn't going to win any awards for being great compositions, okay? It's not a very nice sound on the guitar, but it's really important for strengthening those hands, okay? So that is based on Satriana's Figure 2 in the cards lesson that in the lesson that I've attached. Next, so by the way, if you do find that too challenging there to do those stretches, all the while leaving the dominant finger down, then do it on the 7th fret because the frets are smaller. Next, coming back here, we're going to sort of summarise that by going 5th fret, 7th fret with middle, 5th fret, pinky on 9th fret. Normally it would be on 8th fret. So you're stretching with everything there. Well, not everything, index and middle and pinky. Okay. Okay, that's how I just didn't return to the index. But that's giving you a stretch. You see, you're getting this stretch here. Now, if that feels a little too easy, then move it down to the 1st fret because, trust me, that stretch, I find that a little challenging. That's a great stretch on the fingers. So that's 1, 3, 5 with index, middle, pinky. Okay? Now, all of those exercises that I've just shown you so far can all be played with hammer-ons and flick-offs as well. If you're not sure what that means, this is a hammer-on here. So what I'm doing is with this finger, I'm slamming it into the wood rather than re-picking it. And that will actually improve your strength more than it would if you were picking it because you're actually putting a little more exertion into the left hand as you're playing. Okay, one other that we're going to do today. Now this is based a little more on chords and getting all 4 fingers down. Now, Satch goes through this very quickly in the video, so I can't be 100% that I've totally nailed this, but the principle will still apply. I've been working on it recently. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your index finger on the 1st fret on the thinnest string, on the E, middle finger on the 2nd fret on the B, ring finger on the 3rd fret on the G, and pinky on the 4th fret on the D. So you've got this like diagonal line of fingers, and I want you to strum bottom 4 strings. Then I want you to switch that around and I'll show you how to do that. So this is obviously it in reverse, okay? But I also want you, as well as doing that, to move it up to the next set of strings. So we've sort of progressed from going from the bottom string up to the next set of strings, which is the middle strings, the A, D, G and B string. And strum that. It's not meant to sound nice, it's just meant to be all the fingers pressed down in the right frets and that nice stretch. And then finally swap again. So this is it swapped round. And then move that up a string so we get to pinky on the thickest string. Okay, once you've done that, move up a fret and start on the thickest strings this time. And then swap them. I'm not going to be able to do this fast because I'm still learning this myself. So I've now changed fret again. Changed fret again. So on and so forth. And do that up and down the neck. Now, when you watch his video, I think this is figure 8 in the video, he just goes bum, 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 duh. It's absolutely insane how he's doing it that quickly, but obviously when you play for 8 to 10 hours a day, every day, then that's how good you get. But hopefully these have made your hand feel, I mean, I'm just, just from teaching it to you, not being necessarily too disciplined, I'm feeling my hand is warm and I'm feeling warmed up. Now, I would say this basic spider where you're picking it, I would do that for maybe, I said 3 to 5, but maybe depending on your experience level, I'd say sort of, 3 minutes or so. The next one, the stretch, once again, do it for about 3 to 5 minutes. And basically by the end of this, adding in the main stretch and the chord tongue twister there, you're looking at about maybe 15 minutes. But it's time well spent because it is strengthening your left hand, stretching your fingers, and you'll find things like bar chords and chords will feel a little easier when you go to play them after doing this great warm-ups. Thank you so much for watching this lesson. I really hope it's been useful for you. Please leave a comment in the comments box saying what your favourite warm-ups are. If you've got any videos that you use on YouTube that you think we'd like to see, that'd be really awesome. I'd love to see that. I upload 2 new videos every week, so please subscribe to my channel. And also my website has over 200 free guitar lessons. I think it's bordering on 250 now because I'm uploading 2 a week. So please check it out. Keep on playing. Have a great day.